when you are fighting with somebody else, how do you take a step back and say, oh, wait a second, I might have just perceived that wrong?
So this is a big part of the revelation for me, was realizing that I don't see reality as it is. If you believe, no, absolutely, 100%, I'm certain, done deal, you can't change my mind, that becomes your reality. Right? Think about it as somebody running a marathon. Who's more likely to finish a marathon? The person who says, I can't finish this marathon, or the person who says, I think I can finish the marathon? Now, the objective fact could be either way. Neither of those are facts, they are beliefs, right? The fact could be that some people don't finish a marathon. But who are you going to bet on? Right? Are you going to bet on the person who says, I cannot finish this marathon, in which case they quit, they're out, versus the person who says, I might be able to, or I think I can finish this marathon? They do, or they're more likely to, because they persist, because they try. So the beliefs that get people the most upset, that get people the most agitated, that get people to say, that's ridiculous, those are the beliefs we most need to explore. The ones that we say, that cannot be true. That person is definitely evil. That business definitely will not work. That idea is the stupidest thing ever. We don't see reality as it is. We see reality as we are. And so the more agitated we get by the idea of thinking differently, it's because there's something in us that we are desperately trying to protect. It's called an immunity to change. Your brain does not want to change its beliefs because our default setting, we used to think in psychology that there was a thing called learned helplessness. It's kind of a very prevailing theory, and it explained why poor people stay poor. It's because they learn helplessness, that over time, if you keep trying and failing, well, you just give up. A few years ago, the authors of that study, and they did this with animal studies where they seemingly taught animals to kind of give up and learn hopelessness. Those authors, Seligman and Meyer, declared that they had gotten the study 100% backwards. That the study results were 180 degrees the opposite of what they thought. That we don't learn helplessness, that's our default. Our default state is helplessness. We constantly want to retreat into passivity. Think about it. When you're born, a baby is perfectly helpless. There's nothing they can do. They rely on others to help them. We don't have claws. We don't have sharp teeth. We can't run fast when we're born. We're completely helpless. So that is your default state. What we learn is hope. We must learn hope. In the 1950s, Kurt Richter takes these wild rats, and he wants to see how long they can swim for. So he puts them in a cylinder, halfway full of water, and he sits there with a timer, and he watches the poor little rat swim, and he sees that in about 15 minutes, the rat gives up, slips under the water, dies. You can't do these kind of studies anymore. It's kind of cruel, but the rats are already dead, so let's learn from them. Then he decides to change up the experiment. He gets a new group of rats, same cylinder, same water, puts the new group of rats inside these cylinders, and he knows that they're going to last for about 15 minutes. And just as his stopwatch reaches 15 minutes and they begin struggling and starting to give up, he reaches in, pulls out the rat,